You're a weary traveler, arriving from parts unknown, with little to your name but some bandages, food, and a couple of potions. You squint your eyes at the wooden signpost in front of you. The words are blurry, you can hardly make them out, but they begin to take shape. Welcome to Shelter Island. So you just began your new adventure on Outlands and have taken your first few steps. I can imagine your first question might be, what now? What's up everyone, Warhawk887 here, and in this video I want to go over what you need to do on Shelter Island to best prepare yourself for the world of UO. And if you're brand new to the game, I highly recommend you watch my first video, 5 quick tips for beginner players. I'll link the video here, or you can find the link in the description below. First off, figuring out your build. In UO Outlands, you're capped at 700 skill points, and on Shelter Island, no single skill can go above 75 skill points. That means you'll have to think a little bit about what you'd like to do, what skills you'd like to level up, and more broadly, the playstyle you like to have. All these factors will play a role in how you develop your character, but don't worry, none of these skills are permanent and you can always change them later on. This is my current build if you'd like to copy it. All credit goes to Pwnstar Gaming for this build. Link right here to his video, and you can also find the link in the description below. Seriously, if you haven't checked out his channel yet, pause this video, go to his channel right now and subscribe. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Advanced tip. If you want to go Chivalry Bard, I highly recommend going into the advanced settings during your character creation. That way you can set Chivalry as a skill and get the Chivalry skill book right away. This will not only save you a lot of time, but a good chunk of gold. Before we go any further, here's a quick reference map of Shelter Island. That way you can reference it when I'm talking about a specific location and you don't have to run around trying to find these things. Another tip, north is not up on the mini map. It's given on a bias, which means north is actually kind of on the top right, not straight up. That was really embarrassing to find out. I apparently don't know how to read. Next up, getting your combat skill points up to 50. There's a cave in the northwest corner of Shelter Island that leads to a new player dungeon. And it might be really tempting to go into it and start fighting monsters, but I do not recommend it. You'll die, and you'll die some more, and you'll die some more, and some more, and some more, and damn you rats! Sorry, many bad memories. What you'll want to do instead is go to the training dummy in the center of town. I know it sounds boring, but it's going to save you a lot of frustration. All you need to do is go up to the training dummy and start attacking it. Feel free to go AFK. It won't take you too long to get your skill points up to 50. In the meantime, have lunch or go on a quick walk. Quick tip, but before that, if you're liking this video, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and like the video. I'm a small content creator, and things like that really helps out the channel and keeps me motivated. I'd really appreciate it. All right. Here's the tip. Now, you can technically pay for skills to be boosted at each respected trainer, but it's not that hard to level them up, and if you're a new player with not a lot of gold, I think that gold can be spent better elsewhere. But it's up to you. If you think it's worth it, go right ahead. All right, your skill points are up to 50. You're ready to go into your first dungeon. As mentioned earlier, there is a new player dungeon to the northwest corner of Shelter Island. When you first enter, I recommend sticking to the mobs in the first couple of corridors. That means the rats, the frogs, the headless something, and maybe the harps. Take your time. Pulling multiple mobs can lead to disaster. And remember, have your bandages tied to a hotkey and keep yourself bandaged during combat. You'll be amazed at how quickly a fight can turn against you. 2 quick tips. Be on the lookout of other players running past you. Usually they'll be followed by a mob of monsters that can accidentally be aggroed onto you. I've lost count on the number of times I've been swarmed by a mob of monsters mid-fight after a player ran past me. Tip 2. Type bracket prevent criminal looting, no spaces, into the chat. This will keep you from accidentally looting the mobs of other players. If you do loot them, you'll become a criminal, which at this stage, I highly recommend you don't become, but you do you. On the topic of loot, you may want to sell some of the things you've gathered in the dungeon. Depending on the items you've collected, you'll have to decide whether it makes sense to sell it to a friendly vendor or put it in your bank to save for later. If you'd like to save the item for later, you can go to the bank in the center of town. All you need to do is be close to the bank and type bank into the chat and it will open up your bank account. You don't need to talk to the banker directly. If you decide to sell the item, you may need to find the corresponding vendor. For example, if you want to sell leather, you'll need to go to Leatherman down here. Some items can be sold directly to the innkeeper, but like I said, you're gonna have to figure out which item gets sold where. Now that you have some gold saved up, getting some armor and weapons is a solid investment. Unless you're a mage or somebody who needs quick mana recovery, I recommend getting the strongest armor you can afford. That probably means plate armor. If you're gonna play a mage or a mana user, then you're going to want to stick to leather. Stronger armor has meditation penalty, which just means that you're going to recover mana slower. For more information on this, I highly recommend going onto the UO Outlands Wikipedia page on armor. The link will be in the description. And if you do have any questions, drop a comment down below and I'd be happy to answer them. All right, your skills are maxed out and you're looking good in your new armor. You're ready to step off of Shelter Island. At this point, you should have a good bearing on Shelter Island. Your skills are at 75, you got some decent armor, and the mobs in the new player dungeon fear your almighty power. Congratulations. You're ready to explore the rest of UO Outland. The Moon Gate is located in the northeast area of the island. It's really hard to miss. You'll see a lot of players advertising around it. I don't recommend going through those gates as you may find yourself lost in a random area of Outlands and it's going to be really difficult to get back. For a first city, I recommend going to Prevalia as that location has easy access to low-level dungeons, easy mobs, banks, inns, etc. Be warned, once you walk through that gate, you'll lose your new player status. You can obviously go back to the island, but you won't have your protected status and you're not going to be able to use the vendors. So make the most of it. Are you sure you're ready? All right. See you on the other side. That's all I got for you guys in this video. I really hope you liked it. And if you do have any questions, drop a comment down below. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and like the video. Until next time.